For a lot of us, this is the most wonderful time of a year. It's spooky, scary season. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Amanda. So today we're going to get into some decks that are suited for this spooky Halloween Samhain portion of October. This is just to give you some ideas of decks that you might want to work with, or maybe decks that you have in your collection go, oh, I forgot I had that deck. So get comfy cozy. We're not going to get too in depth with the decks, okay? These are just some ideas of decks that would work beautifully this time of year. Deck number one, let's start off with some nostalgia, and this is the Halloween Tarot by Kipling West. Now, I have the one in the tin. I know there's a full version. I haven't got my hands on it, but this is super cute. This is real nostalgic. I mean, I'm not going to get too into it, but just to give you a quick little flip through. I mean, it is perfect if you kind of want more of that 90s feel for your tarot readings, then this is a great one. It always reminds me a little bit of kind of how my Halloweens were as a kid growing up. There's something cute and cheesy about this deck, and I love it. So that is the Halloween Tarot. How adorable. Deck number two is the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot by Lo Scarabeo, and this is by the creator. I'm not going to butcher your name, and I'm not sure if this, because I don't know where I read, were they pulling this off the market? I'm not 100% sure, so I do apologize if it's not available, but I know some of you might have this in your collection and you might have forgotten about it. So this is another good spooky deck for this time of year with the pumpkins and the crows or ravens. We've had this discussion. Skulls, bones, the bats. I love that video. You know, the little girl, she's like, look it's freaking bats. So this is very Rider-Waite-Smith. So if you want that kind of more spooky theme, then this is another great one. For my Tim Burton lovers, the Dark Mansion Tarot. Mine is a bit faded at the front, but this is another lovely kind of spooky, I don't want to say eerie deck, because there's nothing eerie about this. So I have the ones with the clouds, the night sky kind of on the back. This is beautiful. Perfect for this time of year. Although I do use this all year round, but it is gorgeous. It has that lovely cartoon Tim Burton feel, Nightmare Before Christmas, maybe Corpse Bride, all of those rolled into one. So, and again, it's very traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, so very easy for the beginners and all levels really, to be honest. But this is absolutely perfect for this time of year. And an honourable mention, seeing as we're on the Tim Burton, this is the Nightmare Before Christmas. So this can lean towards Halloween, Christmas, Yule, Samhain. We're mixing up the seasons here, but as in, like, it can fit within both seasons if that's your preference. Some people use this for, would say, or like this movie for Christmas. I like it as a Halloween movie, but I definitely feel like you could mix it up for both. This does hinge more on the pippish side of things, but it is a lovely one. If you want, obviously, a little bit of Jack Skellington in your life, then absolutely 100%. This had to be mentioned. So I won't spend too much time on it. On to the next one. And seeing as we're on Disney, I definitely thought the Villains Tarot as well had to be an honourable mention. Because, I mean, it's Disney. And why not? Did I not show you the backs? Apologies. But this is a lovely cutesy deck again. Just a quick look through if you want that kind of purple feel. I mean, the villains are awesome in this. It's not as pippish as I would say The Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm trying to see where the mages are here. That's not the mages. You kind of get the idea anyway. But yeah. Just for any of my Disney lovers out there. For my fantasy lovers out there, Darkwood Tarot, of course, I'm going to mention this. Anytime I show this deck now, it really genuinely makes me want to pull out Arcatar. I don't know why. There's just something very fey about it. And very spooky. It's kind of giving Under the Mountain vibes. What do you guys think? Maybe Lucian? Can you see what I'm seeing? I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't read it and that wants to read it. Oh my god, that's giving the Weaver. Anyway, right, I'm not gonna see, makes me want to reread it and see how do these cards tie. The Sorrel. Okay, no, stop, because I know there's other people out there. Okay, I'm really sorry. But do you see what I mean? Okay, I love this because I love this series. So anyway, who do you think it is? Now, I know this could be like more. Okay, stop. I'm done. You get it. Darkwood for the fantasy lovers. For the ones that like spooky ghosts and things, Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, of course. This is a perfect one, especially for ancestral work. Okay, so these are the backs. That's very awkwardly shown. And these are the cards. Beautiful. I love Lisa Hunt's art. It's absolutely stunning. But again, more of that ancestral work. Maybe communicating with the spirits of the land. It's so gorgeous. Like, look how in-depth that is. So for my lovers of visually heavy cards, then this would be a recommendation of mine for sure. And an absolute OG within the community for her Halloween, and definitely seems to show up quite a lot, is Zombie Tarot. I feel like everybody, well, I definitely add it every year to my Halloween decks, and why would I not? I honestly, why would you not? This is a deck that you don't just buy and not show again. Come on now. I will continuously show some old but good decks on my channel here. For all my kind of 1940s, 1950s lovers and zombies and kind of the older movie style, this is definitely up there. I suppose more 1950s, 1960s. But yeah, we have the zombie apocalypse. I just feel like it's a fun little one to be using this time of year. You can use it any time of year. Actually, you can use any of these decks. But right, next one. How I almost forgot this is kind of embarrassing, but the Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore. I would say this is kind of more a newer deck for my, out of all the tarot decks here, this would definitely be the newest one. So this kind of definitely plays with more movie themes, which is super cute. It's very fun. The artwork is stunning. It hinges on cute cartoony to kind of a little bit deeper. So that is the trick or treat. Isn't it cute? So let's get into the oracle card part of this video. I'm going to do this all in one. So the first one is Earth and Bone Oracle. Now, again, these are just recommendations. I haven't worked with this one yet. I was waiting for this time of year. This is gorgeous. Look at those edges. Anyway, I have done a walkthrough of this deck. So it's definitely for my skeleton bone lovers out there. This is perfect, and like the title, the key phrases, just beautiful. Absolutely perfect. Very good for that shadow work. Next one is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle. So again, this is really for that kind of more spirit work, ancestral work, inner work. It's very versatile, to be fair. Witchy, very, very witchy. Elemental, all of the above. But it's absolutely perfect, and it has all them beautiful purple, orange, blue, pinky red tones. It's just beautiful. How gorgeous. Next one would be the Witching Hour Oracle, and this is Rockpool Publishing. And this one is one that I used last year, definitely, but I haven't used it much since. And it's definitely a different take if you want something a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I suppose it does hinge on more cartoon. It's not too in your face. It's not very scary. So while this is like a graveyard, it's not really scary. So it takes kind of that cute spookiness to it as well. I love this card. Anyway. Of course, I couldn't do this video without mentioning Seasons of the Witch, Samhain Oracle. Would that be considered nearly a crime now at this stage if I didn't? I feel like this is just a perfect one. If you were to pick any of the oracles, I would definitely feel this one fits perfect. I really like the art style on this one, even though I know the newer ones have kind of veered off art-wise on this. It's similar, but different. So yeah, this fits more that kind of darker, shadowy greys and browns, and so much more muted. We started with an OG, we're going to end on an OG, and that is the Halloween Oracle. Of course I was going to mention this. Of course I was. Now, mine isn't modded. Oh, I've seen a lot of people have modded their decks. Beautiful. So sorry about the rain. I hope you find it relaxing. But this is a great one. It's just something very, again, nostalgic about it. It just reminds me of kind of how Tarottube was before. It's kind of changed a lot since then. And it's so nice. It really is so nice. There's simplicity. There's beauty in simplicity. Alright, my loves, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, I'd love to have you part of the family. We're pretty awesome here, if I do say so myself. And hit the like and hype the video if you can. That is always appreciated. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you have fun picking some spooky decks. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions. I'd love to hear it. Any vampire decks, you guys, if you have suggestions, I would love to kind of dig into it or find a vampire deck. I would really appreciate that. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, stay magical, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.